The second thing about this 10-foot rule is that knock. Start, knock. Opportunity knocks. You need to take the initiative to knock on the other person's metaphorical door, but opportunity is knocking for you. That person that is within that framework, maybe shuffling their feet, maybe looking at the floor, maybe it's a child, maybe it's a teenager. Pay attention to those people. They may not be your kind of people entirely, but learn to lean into being a little awkward at times and go over and talk to those people, because opportunity is knocking for you. And if you are talking to 2 or 3 friends and you're talking about something, you're having a good joke over things, that's not so bad. Invite that other person in if it's appropriate to invite them into the conversation at that time, or dismiss yourself from the conversation with a few people. Say, can you excuse me, go over and say hello and say, I don't believe we've met. Or I was noticing that you were staying there by yourself, and I just thought it might be a really good thing for me to ask you, and ask some kind of an obscure question about what they thought was the most important thing about that meeting today. I don't know. And then you can tell them something about yourself, but they're going to divulge something about their life to you. It's an opportunity for you to take advantage of that, to put it in the library in your mind and say, I'm going to follow up on that. And I'm going to pay attention to that little child, that 3-year-old child, that 12-year-old awkward teenager who, you're not a teenager when you're 12, okay, 13-year-old teenager who's just not feeling like they belong. This is difficult for them, and it's awkward for you to go over and talk to them. So you need to put on your best attitude and go over and say, hey, how's it going? Oh, it's fine. Say, what you looking at in your phone? Anything important? Or interrupting something? No, not really. Oh, okay. So, tell me what kept you occupied all week this week. Well, not much. I didn't do anything. Oh, you didn't go to school? Yeah, I went to school. Oh, really? So, is there anything about school you like? Well, you'll learn something about that kid. Learn to have a conversation. And yes, it's going to be mostly one way. And they're going to care that you care. Take an interest in them. And the next time you see them, say, how's that soccer team going that you told me about? And they'll be surprised that you remembered. It's opportunity for you to make a difference in some young person's life. Sometimes those opportunities, when you pick up on them, will be remembered for a lifetime. Never forget that. Not every time, but sometimes. So make sure that when opportunity knocks, you get that door open between you and that other person in that 10-foot radius.